All right, so what we have here is we have a video to help you learn how to use the Staplet program to create a histogram. So this is example 4 on your notes, and I'm going to be showing you how to put this in Staplet and create a histogram. So make sure that you make some notes here about the steps to put this in Staplet that you think you need in order to create it. And then after this, you can use some of our classroom data and you can practice with your own examples. All right, so I'm going to start by bringing up Staplet, and we are talking this time about quantitative data, okay? So we have data that is a single group for quantitative. So I'm going to press quantitative single group right here, okay? And you are going to put in your data. So first of all, it says that this is the price for GPS systems. So I'm going to put that variable name right here, GPS system prices. You want to make sure that you do a good job of naming your variables because this is going to show up in the graph that you're going to cut and paste, and you want it to not just say something random that you didn't put in there. All right, so I'm going to type my data in here. You can type your data in by either putting a space between the data, a comma between the data, or both. I tend to go for spaces, but it is totally up to you. And so I'm going to type this in right quick. I'm sorry this takes so long. I may not always show you the typing in the data part, but I think it's important maybe on this first one that you understand. You know you want to be efficient and type it in as fast as you can, and at the same time make sure you remember that if you mess it up, your graph won't be right. So slow enough to do a good job. Getting there. Right, I believe that's the last data thing. So you're going to put all your data in, and then you just have to hit begin analysis. All right, it's going to default to a box plot, okay, or excuse me, to a dot plot. So this is all my data. Notice this really nice label right here, whatever you put in for your variable name. We are looking to come up with a histogram. So if you'll just use this drop down menu and change it to histogram, okay, then here is my beautiful histogram. We have frequency up the side, which is what it defaults to right here. All right, so in the interval from 0 to but less than 100. So it's really important you understand how to read these later. This interval includes 0 but doesn't include 100. So if you have 100 in your data, it's over in this bar. Okay, so it always includes the low boundary and stops short of the upper one. So there, to read this, I've got 4 different GPSs that fall in the 100 to essentially $99.99 range. Okay, I have exactly 10 that fall in the 100 to 200 range. 10 more, and notice as you hover over it, it'll give you the count in each one if this frequency on this side is hard to read. Now, let's say that I wanted something instead of frequency. Let's say I wanted what's called relative frequency, which is essentially a percentage. So you can use that drop down menu and you can change it. Okay, so I can say, okay, now I know there is 13.3% in this range right here. There is 33.3% in the range from 100, but not including 200. All right, so this is all about your histogram and how to read it. You can change the interval widths if you so desire by using these values up here. And this question is almost at the end of time. So hopefully that helps you understand how to make a histogram and how to read it.